So I'd like to share something on conscious vibration. So let me read you something quickly. The Buddha advised us not to run away from suffering. Instead, we have to confront suffering and look into the heart of suffering. Understanding the nature and cause of suffering is our practice. Without understanding of suffering, the path leading to cessation of suffering would not be possible. And when I read that on YouTube this morning, there was a comment in the comment section about, oh my God, the same old drum roll, it's a bit boring now, we need a lot more lightheartedness. And that was true too. But then, something that I've become conscious of, because lately, in my personal life, I've been receiving, because of some of my actions and choices, which, as justified as they were to me, have had a consequence on people that I love and very close to me. And I've had a lot of, you are not like this, you are not good enough. And I get the projection of people, of us projecting onto people because we have our unmet needs brought to awareness. But at the same time, in those moments and in relation to the suffering, each moment that is difficult, each time that we face some sort of heart-wrenching moment, a loss, painful love experience, betrayal, lies, cheating, anything that is really, really near and dear to us that causes us to respond in a, you did this, it's your fault, is actually a running away from suffering. And if we use these moments to better ask what it is in me that is not okay, rather than what it is in someone else is not okay, that's why I'm not okay, then we get to better be with the suffering. Because the minute we put the suffering outside of us into someone else's hands, we're basically denying our own reality. And then we come to the vibration part. And like I was talking with a friend in the office this morning, even our most painful moments, even our judgments, which I've been feeling a lot lately because of what's been pointed at me, justifiably so, we can sit in those moments in a different vibration to what I was reading here in the comment, that suffering, it doesn't have to be suffering. Suffering can be suffering, right? We can see suffering as joyful, as something to learn from, like attending a class where we actually like the teacher and the subject. I never had those, but if there is such a thing, we can actually face our pain in a conscious higher vibration than feeling like pain has to be met with pain, because meeting pain and suffering with pain and suffering only negates any growth. It just causes more pain and suffering. But something that is very powerful is noticing that I'm hurting, I've been betrayed, lied on, cheated, disappointed, let down, whatever it is. And that person has actually shown where it's not to exonerate negative bad behavior, but it's very powerful to ask, why am I feeling this and how can I better be with this from a high vibration so I can tackle it from a different vibration so that I can heal it. Seeing suffering as suffering, I feel, needs a different perspective. Because suffering is a beautiful thing, because it can bring you so much light and liberation. And like the comment, that is where the lightheartedness comes from. It's from being with suffering in a high vibration, almost smiling in the pain and asking, oh my God, what is this teaching me that I haven't looked at? And then after that comes the lightheartedness, because now you're no longer in suffering. You've transformed what was causing you to suffer, that is there subconsciously, it's in the body. So you're suffering anyway, right? It's happening. The suffering is happening. But the minute you become conscious of it and you look at it from a high vibration, with love, with curiosity, with compassion, with empathy for you, for the person, it's the most powerful and I feel only way to transform the suffering that is going to sit there anyway. Sure, the trigger can leave. Sure, the person can be out of your life. You can sever ties. But it doesn't take away what is still here. You're going to carry that with you wherever you go. And we can really, and I've been doing this, and I speak from, I've always said in all my work as a coach and whatever, I don't like titles, I take the medicine I prescribe. And lately it's been very, very difficult to take some of the medicine. But I've been managing to go out in the forest every morning, 6:30, and sit on these logs and sit with the finger pointing I've received, justifiably so, feel what it is that resonates, and then also be with my instinct to respond, my instinct to push back and say, well, I had every right, and I feel I did, but end of the day, all it becomes is a clash. Immovable force, unstoppable, what's the saying? It's an unstoppable force, immovable object, right? And that's what happens in so many of our relationships as we go through life. Everybody wants to be right because we're all protecting the pain, all protecting the suffering. And the only way to heal suffering is to open your arms and ask, what is this trying to teach me? Raise your vibration, because we do this consciously. And if you don't know how, it's a learned behavior. I'd be glad to support you with this. And then look at it from here and ask, what is happening here? And how can I bring this together? Let me know what you think about this. I hope I articulated it well enough. Thank you for listening. I wish you love and I wish you joy in whatever you're doing, wherever you are.